Welcome to set 76316 Fantastic Four vs. Galactus construction figure, complete with 427 pieces. This set was released on June 1st of this year, and it is our first time ever getting the Fantastic Four in LEGO form. Inside the box, we have our instruction manual, a sticker sheet, and 4 numbered bags. For our first minifigure, we have Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, and he does have a nice torso print on both sides. Unfortunately, there is no dual molded legs, and he doesn't have the white boots, which we saw depicted in the Fantastic Four trailers, as well as promotion art that we've seen for the last few months. I do enjoy the hair piece that we get for Mr. Fantastic here, as that combined with his face print does very much resemble the likeness of Pedro Pascal. Now, we do have the option to add on these blue extension pieces to act as if his legs are stretching out. However, then we now have white shoes on, which I guess would make sense as to why this minifigure didn't come with dual molded legs, because then you would have white shoes on his smaller legs, and then it would be sandwiched in between the larger, longer blue legs, making it look a little awkward. Although I do appreciate the attempt to showcase Mr. Fantastic's superhero powers with his stretchy legs, I'm really questioning as to why this minifigure didn't come with stretchy arms. If you look at the upcoming one-piece set, Battle at Arlong Park, which is due to release on August 1st, it does feature a Luffy minifigure that will be coming with stretchy arms. Furthermore, if you take a look back a few years ago, back in 2018, we did get a Disney Incredibles 4+ set that did feature a Mrs. Incredible minifigure that did come with stretchy arms as well. Even further back, if you look at 2017, the year prior, for the Marvel Superheroes line, we got the Captain America Jet Pursuit set that did feature a Miss Marvel minifigure with stretchy arms. So this is something that the Marvel Superheroes LEGO line has done before, which makes me really question as to why Mr. Fantastic here in 2025 did not get the stretchy arms. Next up, we have Sue Storm, aka Invisible Woman. She comes with a blonde hairpiece here and a face print that very much resembles the likeness of Vanessa Kirby. She has a slightly different torso print. Unfortunately, no dual molded legs once again, but she does come with these cool clear dish pieces that do showcase her invisible superpowers just a little bit. Next up, we have Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. He has the same exact torso print as Sue Storm, which unfortunately is inaccurate according to the promotional art and movie trailers that we got for Fantastic Four. He should have white sleeves that match those of Johnny Storm's. No dual molded legs, of course, but he does have a unique head accessory piece that goes on the top of the minifigure that does show off his rock-like skin, so I really like that. He also has 2 facial prints, one smirking and the other one angry, and then he does come with 2 accessory pieces here for his hands that clip into his smaller white hands. They are a good idea and a fun play feature. Unfortunately, I just don't like them because I think they look really disproportionate to the rest of the Thing's size for his minifigure. I wish we would have gotten a big fig for the Thing. However, I understand why they didn't give us a big fig, because in universe for the MCU, Ben Grimm is about the same height as the other members of the Fantastic Four, so a big fig would have definitely looked way out of place, but I'm just not loving the hands. And for our final minifigure from this set, we have Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. Now, he has the same torso as the Thing as well as Invisible Woman. He should have the white sleeves just like Ben Grimm's uniform. No dual molded legs, unfortunately, and he does have 2 different face prints, one where he's smirking and then the other one where he's scared. Now, in terms of his Human Torch mode, I think it's a little lacking. We do have some flame accessories that go underneath his feet to simulate him flying, and then we have some flame attachments for his hands. Overall, it would have been really cool to have maybe gotten a second minifig that was all orange and completely engulfed in some sort of flame print. I think that would have been really cool, but nonetheless, for our first Johnny Storm, it's an okay figure. And now for our Galactus construction figure. He looks very menacing and definitely a pretty tough villain for our heroes to go up against, and as he should be, because he's supposed to be a big part of the MCU moving forward now with Phase 6. Looking at the figure, he has multiple points of articulation with his arms, knees, legs, and he's not that hard to stand up. His entire torso turns, which is pretty cool. He does have a nice print for his face, and then the rest of the color scheme that you see on his skirt pieces. Those are all the stickers that we needed to use. Really like the color scheme with the dark blue and the magenta, and the best part about this figure is that you can actually pose all of your minifigures with the Fantastic Four throughout different parts of Galactus to simulate them all fighting him. So now that we finished the first ever LEGO Fantastic Four set, I gotta say, as a Marvel fan and a diehard LEGO fan, I'm feeling a little bit underwhelmed. There's been so much hype and so much promotion leading up to this movie. I was kind of expecting a little bit more from LEGO. Maybe it's the lackluster minifigs, maybe it's the $59.99 price tag, or maybe it's the fact that simply with this set, you get literally nothing else in the box. You get your 4 minifigures and the construction figure, and that is it. So that's why for today's video, which happens to be episode 1 in our Marvel series here on the channel, we are going to be upgrading this set and adding something to it that I think it desperately needs. And we're going to be using a very special set that was released as an insider's promo very recently, and I think some of you guys are gonna know exactly where I'm going with this. Check out set 40789, the LEGO Ideas Flying Moon Car, which is currently a LEGO Insiders promo, and you can get it if you redeem 2,500 Insiders points. And today, we are going to be taking this vehicle and turning it into a custom Fantasticar as seen in the Fantastic Four First Steps movie trailer. So since there was only 211 pieces, it didn't take me very long at all to build this set, and I gotta say, I really enjoy this. I may have enjoyed building this more than the Galactus construction figure, but that could also be because I'm not a big construction figure fan. Now, getting back to this little speeder set, I love the color scheme. The flames coming off the back are a really nice touch. The minifigures, especially the one that is sweating a little bit, is really awesome. And it's actually very reminiscent and reminds me a little bit of that scene from episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where Obi-Wan and Anakin are in that yellow speeder, and Anakin's pulling all kinds of crazy maneuvers, and Obi-Wan is getting a little bit nervous. But once again, back to this set, I love the little stand that it has. The arrow attached to the light post is a really nice touch, and the base is just phenomenal, giving it that really nice vibe that this speeder is zooming on some sort of moon or distant planet. The only problem with this set, besides it being the wrong shade of blue, is the fact that this is clearly a spaceship and not a car. Even though the Fantasticar can fly, I want to build something that closely resembles that of the Fantasticar from the trailer. So before trying to modify this set myself, I decided to head on over to Rebrickable.com to see if anybody else had this idea, and wouldn't you know, Lego Swoda already beat me to the punch and came out with a beautiful modified First Steps Fantasticar design based solely on the Flying Moon Car Ideas set. And when I compared his design with the Flying Moon Car Ideas set, I discovered that they only shared 24 parts, which was 11% of the build. So instead of pulling apart my Flying Moon Car that I just built and truly love, I decided to go ahead and pull all the parts that I needed from my inventory for his design, as well as make a small order on Bricklink. So after downloading my free instructions, I quickly built up the custom Fantasticar by Lego Swoda, and I gotta say, I really like this version of the Fantasticar for what we are trying to accomplish today much better than the Flying Moon Car set. Now, going over some positives, I love the darker blue color scheme that we have for this vehicle. Unfortunately, we don't have a fully enclosed canopy cockpit like we see for the Fantasticar in the film. We do have a nice, adequate interior space, which allows us to place 2 minifigures. In the description of this custom set, it says that we can actually fit 4, but there's just no way we can fit 4 minifigures comfortably. I'm going to be placing Mr. Fantastic as well as the Thing inside the car, since technically the Human Torch and Invisible Woman can fly on their own. I also stole the flame pieces from the Flying Moon Car and placed them on the back of this one, and I really like how with this custom design, the front wheels are just about completely covered by the design of the car. If I spin the car 360 here, you can see all the smooth features that this one has, as well as the pointed sporty edges at the back. The final thing that I did for today's build was modify the base that came with the Ideas Flying Moon car. Instead of having a rocky lunar landscape, I changed it to a basic city asphalt road. I added some white lines on the side with some dashed yellow lines in the middle. I also added a very, very basic traffic light instead of having that sign with the arrow. And I have our Fantasticar positioned on the stand in a way where it makes it look like Reed is throttling the vehicle upwards towards Galactus with the thing in the passenger seat ready to be launched for a final attack. All right, guys, so what did you think of the custom Fantasticar that we ended up building for today's video? I personally love it. I think it's phenomenal, and I think if Lego would have included a vehicle like this with this set, it would have just brought up the excitement to a whole nother level. Of course, it's exciting getting the Fantastic Four for the first time in minifig form for Lego, but I really think they missed a bunch of opportunities here, and I'm actually looking forward to when we get comic-based Fantastic Four Lego minifigs, because these MCU ones are okay, but they just don't hit the nail on the head for me. This set was 427 pieces, while this custom build was 178, and if Lego was to include something like this, that would bring us to around 600 pieces. Now, maybe they would have bumped up the price to 65 or 70, but I still would have paid that on day one, because I just think having a vehicle in a set just adds tremendously more play value. Kids love vehicles, adults love vehicles, and it's not even far-fetched that Lego could have done this, because the Fantasticar is literally in the First Steps movie. There's Fantastic Four vehicles in the comics, so it's not even like this is completely made up. This is a real thing. This is just a custom version of the real thing. So I love this. I think the designer did an amazing job, and I will link his direct Rubricable page down below so you guys can go check it out. And if you want to build it, you can do so, because the instructions are free. You just got to figure out the parts and everything. But what did you guys think of Marvel Episode 1? We have a lot of Marvel stuff to build here on the channel, so we got lots of exciting content for the next few months to come that I already have planned out as far as Marvel goes. Let me know down in the comment section below if you have already seen Fantastic Four First Steps. If you're going to see it at a later date, I'd also love to hear if you're planning on doing that. We have not seen the movie yet, but we will be seeing it hopefully in the next few days. So that is going to do it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, because we would love to have you join our Slapshotbricks family. And with that being said, don't stop shooting until you score.